Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Touchline podcast. Thank you very much for joining. Please do well to subscribe, turn on notification bell, comment, like, share. On Facebook, hit the follow button, comment, like, and share as well. I am
Yeah,
Joel, and I'm here with
Defla, a regular co-host.
Defla.
Yeah,
Straight to the conversation. That was a five-star performance.
yeah,
We always talk about Arsenal and say, are they ready for the league? This this was a statement. Forget about the fact that City, they will always say injuries. Were they not beating people when other teams had injuries? Going to Anfield, beating them for during club's time. I mean, when City beats team by huge margins, we say they are good. But when they are beating, we want to point it down to injury. No, Arsenal were on top. Arsenal made a statement. They are ready to compete. Not that they are ready to compete. They're already competing for the league. They've been competing for the past, 3 or 4 seasons. So Arsenal is a club that is ready for the league. And yesterday's statement was clear. They want the league. This is how you turn up in the big games. We've always said that Arsenal are always getting nearer. They're always getting close. But you always make a statement against against the big sides. This is a clear statement. They beat City. No excuse. City were beaten like they were beaten on a fair ground. They were beaten on a clear ground. That was see have it. See, I don't know who to say didn't bring his or a game. Everybody from the keeper. I mean, your keeper should be Spain's number one choice. I don't know why they always pick the other guy ahead of him. That
yeah,
he's an excellent. I mean, from the defense to the midfield to the attack, Thomas Partey, everybody was on top. That was a 9/10. That was a 9/10. I had a personal interest because of the table. So I was rooting for Arsenal. And even when Arsenal took the lead, I was scared. I thought it was one of those things that, they do. Yeah,
yeah,
anytime Arsenal takes the
yeah,
lead, anytime Arsenal takes the lead, you know what happens. So I was even tagging you yesterday. I was like, Maza, on Crawford, oh yeah, sure, say, yeah, especially when Havertz an
yeah,
open
yeah.
post
That
to score,
chance,
and then
yeah,
imagine City had come back and won the game. Everybody would have gone back to say, "See, you saw the chance, you missed and all those." So by yesterday, everybody was. I was excited for Arsenal. I have always been saying that Arsenal can do something
yeah,
from the start of the season till this point. I tell you every day, I feel Arsenal can do something against Liverpool. They just have to keep up their performance. Now, my only problem. Okay, what's your take before I even go into the problem myself? I was
um,
happy for Arsenal yesterday. I was honestly I was happy. I was excited watching. I mean, the performance of every player, like every individual player, everyone was on top. Like there was no deficiency. There was nothing to talk about. I mean, that's a 9/10. As I've said, should we trust
yeah,
the process?
yeah. Uh, People who trust the process do already. It doesn't matter what you say or do. They do trust the process. Yesterday was very good performance. We
Come on,
really played
an excellent.
well.
It
Like
was.
we
It
pressed
was an
them
excellent
very well. From the start of the game, you could see the determination to win. I think
exactly.
all this stems from the first game that we played. Okay, so I think after the game, Alan made some comments at some of the
Yeah, the
Arsenal
stay
players
moment.
and
Yeah.
our coach. And I think the players were really fired up for the game. We dominated
Exactly.
the game. We played well from start
See,
to
from
finish.
start to like
Except
from start,
for
they
the ending of the first half and the
yeah.
beginning of the second half when City equalized. That was the period I think they played well for a while. But after
And it
that,
wasn't that it wasn't that City were no good. Because see, you beat them
no,
like Defla.
no,
You beat
no. I'm I'm
like
I'm
you
I'm saying, like I'm saying,
you beat
we
them.
beat
Oh.
them fair and square. I'm just pointing
Fair and
out
square.
where like they gave us a little bit of problems. And even after they equalized, you could see we went straight back, trying to press,
Yeah.
and we forced the mistake from them. And
I was surprised you took the lead. I was surprised you took the lead again, like very soon, because I was like,
yes,
yeah, this is another.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
when they came back, I was like,
we
microphone your
were
man.
able to force a mistake from them. and luckily
Yeah.
we got a kind deflection and we got the second goal. And we didn't, after the second goal, we didn't rest. We were still on them,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
got the
Yeah.
third
Yeah.
goal
Yeah.
immediately after the second goal. I think
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
minutes between the second and third goal was like six to
Yeah.
five minutes gap difference.
Yeah.
So we played well. Like you
Yeah.
said,
Very well.
you
Very, very
cannot
well.
point one player in the team and say, oh, this
Ah,
guy didn't play well.
everybody.
Even our youngsters,
Everybody.
Louis Kelly,
Come on. Come on.
Waneri, when they came on, like
Come on.
Charlie, yesterday was really good.
Ah,
You see,
yeah.
these are some of
The
the
performance
problems
was
I
very
have known. If you can play like this against City
good.
and win,
So
what's stopping you
keep
from winning
keep
trophies?
keep the curse. Don't
You
curse them.
see, what's
Over
stopping
here,
you
my next
from?
match, I'm going to
Oh no, me, I'm an Arsenal fan. I want the team to do well. I want the team to win trophies.
Yeah.
You see,
Mhm.
if you win matches like this, and
Yeah.
at the end of the
Honestly, see,
season,
honestly, I was very surprised yesterday. The way they played. I mean, this is a title winning team. Honestly,
yes,
if they had to keep up this performance in every game, if they should even
yes,
give just 50% of yesterday's performance. Because I mean, I was like, is this the same team?
you see,
Is it
that's
everybody was just
my
there.
complaints all the time. If you are able
Everybody,
to play like this against City and win,
everybody.
and at the end of the season, I'm not even saying we should win the league because I've told you already that I feel um, Liverpool have already won the league. So for
Mhm.
the league, you let's put it aside. But even
Which I've told you countless times that I disagree with you.
yes,
But
I know,
yeah, I've
but
told you countless times.
I don't see. Let me tell you the reason why. Every big team who has gone to Bournemouth this season have struggled.
Yeah,
Liverpool went
honestly,
there, and
and
even though
won.
they didn't play very well, but they created the
They
most
won.
chances. They created the best chances in the game, and they could have won by more than two goals. That's my right now the way how do you call it? Liverpool is playing. I don't see them dropping points to any team.
Mm,
My worry with Arsenal is that you see the way we played against City. We can't keep that same performances when we are.
mm,
It's like when we are playing some other teams, the motivation to
yeah,
play like that is not there.
yeah, yeah,
You don't need to be motivated for only the big teams. The
yeah.
small teams
I mean,
are
if you can
also,
do this, if you can do this against the big teams, I mean, the smaller teams shouldn't be a problem.
yeah,
You should,
that
they
is
should
my
just be
my
hit them.
whole criticism of Ateta. That's my whole thing. If you can win games like this against City, what's stopping you from beating the smaller teams? What's stopping you from
I, I, I
beating the
was,
smaller
I was
teams
impressed.
convincingly?
Honestly, I was impressed yesterday. Oh. No, be say be at the
Oh,
ham. No,
no,
like
no.
I was very impressed. I was like,
Yesterday, everybody
nah,
who watched the match was
yeah,
really
we'll
impressed.
be
Like,
impressed. I tell
who
you, like they showed us a different side of us now. Like everybody was like,
no, if
like
you've
Kwesi,
not watched
Defla.
Arsenal play this season and you watch us for the first time yesterday, you think we are the best team in the world. Honestly,
I tell you, I was like,
you
Charlie, this is a Champions League winning performance. Oh.
and
Yes,
this a
against Man
performance
City.
without our best player
Yeah,
in the team for
and
me,
against Man
without
City.
Saka. And
Against
look
Man
at
City.
how and look at we are playing. Look at the caliber of team we are playing against. People will say, "Oh, but Man City are not informed this season and all that."
No, no, no,
It
no, no,
doesn't
no, no,
matter.
no, no, no. It's
It
not
doesn't
about
matter.
form.
Honestly,
They beat them. They beat
when you
them.
meet the big teams, it doesn't matter whether they are
No,
on
no, no,
form, they
no.
are not informed, because also they are also
Is it not the same when Man City met United?
yeah,
United were in poor form, but they beat them.
yes. So
Yeah, they beat them.
it doesn't matter. And even this same City beat Chelsea.
What
So
about that one too?
you cannot give the excuse that
Exactly.
City are not informed and all this and all that. Me, my
That's why I
issue
keep
is
saying
that
that they beat them like they. beat them like
My
yeah,
issue is
man.
that when you are able to beat City like this, you should at the end of the season you should look you should look back at matches like this and be able to celebrate with a trophy.
Yeah,
If you cannot
yeah,
celebrate with a
because
trophy, because at the end
this
of the
this
season,
performance,
if you look back and you saw that you beat City 5, this season we've not lost in the league at home.
wow,
We are unbeaten. We are
wow,
the only unbeaten team
wow.
at home in the Premier League this season. So after all
Wow.
this and the end of the season, you are still going home without a trophy.
You
How
know,
how how will
let
you
me come
feel?
in. You used to say that you have a problem with